Hey guys, Jacqueline Fernandez here at the Alert Center. Thank you so much for joining me this afternoon. Today we're going to be chatting a little bit about seatbelt safety on Nebraska highways, and this really caught my attention because there's a statistic here that says since 2020, 320 of the people who were driving on Nebraska highways and died were not wearing their seatbelts. So this seems like an alarming statistic to me. Joining me now to chat a little bit more about the statistic and kind of let us know just a little bit more about Cornhusker Driving School is Pat Venditte. Pat, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon at the Alert Center.
Oh, very good. My pleasure. Thank you.
So tell us a little bit about, I mean, you came across this statistic relatively recently.
You know, Jacqueline, I spoke with, I'm in contact with the Department of Highway Safety on a regular basis. And Bill Kovarik, who is my liaison, providing me with all of the data that I need to pass on to our students. And we matriculate about 1,500 students a year in our driving school. And in our driving school, once they complete the classroom and once they complete the driving, we issue the license. There's no need for mom and dad to take them to the DMV. But most importantly, I think what's surprising to me more than anything else is our very esteemed my colleagues. I was a former state senator, and how in their wisdom can they not make seatbelt use a primary law? I can't fathom how that rationale continues. I spoke with the head of the Transportation Committee here recently, thinking that maybe we could maybe get some headway in getting this law passed, but there isn't any interest to want to mandate any kind of laws regulating seatbelt use. So unfortunately, I think nationwide, we have probably about a 90% compliance nationwide.
Sure.
And I believe in Nebraska, I believe it's about 85%.
Okay,
And,
so we've really got to get that number higher. I mean, at least to 90 to combat with the rest of the nation, right?
I believe it would help substantially, no
Sure.
question. Yes,
Okay.
we have an average of 100 people who perish on our nation's roadway each day. 100.
Yeah.
Yesterday 100, today 100, tomorrow 100.
100
That
too
is
many.
unacceptable. If that happened to the airline industry, they would shut them down. And unfortunately, the carnage continues. And I don't know that law enforcement has enough personnel to regulate and assist in this. But certainly something's got to be done. This cannot continue.
Sure. Pat, let's talk a little bit about Cornhusker Driving School now and just some of the things that you offer. So you have a group of students that are set to kind of witness the effectiveness of the seatbelt firsthand, right? Can you talk to us a little bit about, why it's so important they get this hands-on experience?
You know, I think seeing is believing. So many of these young kids are so inexperienced in life and especially in driving. And all of our classes, we include the rollover demonstration where we have a mannequin inside a Chevy S10 pickup on a flatbed, and we can roll that Chevy S10 pickup at 40 miles an hour. And we remind the students that when that seat belt is on, the mannequin doesn't hit anything inside the passenger compartment of the car, and it keeps the mannequin in the seat. And of course, what we do is then subsequent to that, we take the seatbelt off, and almost 100% of the time we get an ejection. And we
Yeah.
have to roll the windows down in our Chevy S10 pickup for fear that if we break any of the glass, it really doesn't make it cost effective.
Yeah, we're
But
showing a
when they
preview of what the school offers here on our screen. So I mean, we've got everything from you have everything from the firefighters involved. Here's that that rolling truck that you were talking about. So, I mean, you offer a
Yes.
lot, and we saw in the beginning of the video, the kids are I mean, they're just, the young man that was in that seat, he was just kind of laughing at the absurdity of it all, but there's a poignant message here, isn't there?
You know, it's people respect the law. There's no question in my mind about that. And mom and dad know that it's a secondary offense. But if it was a primary law, I'll bet we would have almost 100% compliance on our Nebraska roads when it comes to the use of seatbelts. On we have about 100 people who perish every single day, and of that 100, 33%. This is nationwide, but 33% of that 100 were not wearing a seatbelt in the event in the event of a rollover. And
Sure.
had they put that seatbelt on, how many of those 33 people every day on average would still be alive today?
Right. I mean, those statistics would change dramatically, no doubt. So, Pat, I'm going to take a look at your website here, Cornhusker Driving School, and you have it kind of all laid out for everyone, right? So you have a little bit about us tab and teen class information and schedule, and then you laid out these photographs of just what you're teaching and all the kids, and again, here's the rolling seat just to kind of give people an idea. Do you think this really helps teenagers better understand the seriousness of their decisions when they're on the road?
In every one of my classes, I ask these questions. Number one, how many of you with mom and dad, parent or guardian, how many of your parents do not wear their seatbelt? I would say on average, less than 5% would raise their hand. And then I would ask, how many of you have seen mom and dad, parent or guardian, that has picked up their cell phone when driving?
Right.
100%.
Wow.
100%. And we know, and the medical data uh, bears this out, that the human brain is not capable of multitasking. The brain is only capable of doing one thing and one thing only at a time. So once they pick up that cell phone, and we talk about driver inattention, driver distraction, my goodness.
Yeah.
And I think the kids really accept this data. And I don't, you hope that you make a difference.
Right.
Mom and dad are
Especially
hard to trump sometimes.
right, especially for the future drivers out there. Pat Venditte, thank you so much for joining me this afternoon at the Alert Center. Appreciate your time. And of course, the message is to stay safe on those Nebraska highways. Wear your seatbelt. Try not be distracted by your cell phones and a bunch of other things in the car for sure. So thank you for joining us, and thank you for everything you do.
Thanks, Jacqueline, for getting the message out. Thank you.
Of course. Thanks for your time. All right, guys, so before we go, we're just going to take a live look at some of our cameras here, take a look at how the day is shaping up. A bit hotter out there. So here's a live look from Blackstone. My goodness, it looks like gray skies out there. Not a cloud in the sky, but pretty cloudy, if I could say that. Then we're going to take a look at our First National Bank. Take a look at the Desert Dome. So it is glimmering out there. There is sunshine in the metro in certain spots, so that's good news. And then here's another relatively sunny shot for you. Not a cloud in the sky here. Looks a little bit different, a little less gray and dreary from our Blackstone camera, I could say that. Also, just kind of want to let you know, for more information on any stories, local, national, etc., you can always get more information from our website. That's WOWT.com. Let me just refresh this page for you so we can see the latest. So here's our top story today. Matt Rule, Nebraska players take podium at Big Ten Media Day, a huge thing. Clayton's been working on that for us in the field, so we're appreciative of that. And of course, before we go, just want to say thank you so much to all of you for joining us at the Alert Center. We'll be sure to have more stories for you coming up with our first broadcast, First at 3, with our Dave Zavolinsky. We'll see you then.